Okay, so this is agent-based anomaly detection hack I did this year called ABADS, um, and just kind of wanted to show you the outcome here, where I get an agent response um, that basically shows a couple of different anomalies that maybe we should look into. Um, and let me pop over here and show you what I have running up in Azure. So I've got three resource groups, one for the AI, one for the functions, and one for the VM. So in the VM, I have a Windows VM. It's set to send its event logs over to the table storage in this um, right here in the storage account. And I have a set of Azure functions. Um, okay, so the first one creates an Azure Foundry agent, runs it. It has a couple of tools, one of them being an alert tool, which is also an Azure function. And I'll show you the code for that in just a second. And then, of course, we have the AI resource group where we're running a Foundry project and a search service. A couple of other things um, set up there as well to make this what they call a standard agent instead of a basic agent, so it can store history and things like that using Cosmos and this other storage, which I found out during the hack you needed. Once I got to building the agent, it popped up and said you can't do this with basic, you got to do it with standard, so I had to rebuild my environment. Um, to rebuild the environment, I wrote, well, I got a couple of sample ARM templates that I pulled down, one to build out the standard agent resource group, one to build out the Azure function resource group, and then one to build out the VM resource group. And then I wrote a couple of a series of scripts that configure everything to talk together and to work together. That was actually done using a set of prompts. So I think AI Copilot has written probably 90% of this. So I prime my environment before my conversation, and then we'll take a look at something like update the run agent prompt. This is going out to my function app and using some documentation that I got for search samples. It updated the function app to include search tool. So it actually wrote the search tool. Um, and we did like configure AI Foundry RBAC so that uh, the function app managed identity could talk to the Foundry project. So it wrote that script for me. So that's kind of how I operated mostly in this hack. And yeah, let's take a look at the actual code. So we have a tool factory. And let me close this guy down and open it this way. There we go. So we have a tool factory. This tool factory has both a search tool and a function tool, like I mentioned. And then we have our system prompt here that's actually doing the search for different types of anomalies and telling it, to call the tools in the workflow that I want. So then if we come to the function app, we see we have this detect anomalies for looks back over 24 hours. That could be adjusted, of course. And what we're doing here is we're creating an agent, and then we're adding the tools to that agent. And then we give it a user prompt. This just basically says, look through the short condensed version of what the system prompt says. And then we actually call out and create the agent message using that user prompt, set up the thread, pretty all boilerplate code at this point. Um, and then it calls, runs the agent. We get the message back from the agent. We parse it looking for the assistant message, and then we send that back in the response. And then finally, we delete the agent. So yeah, like I said, pretty boilerplate. This is the function, Azure function tool. We accept an input message from the agent, process it, then we tell the agent, hey, we're done. Part of the processing sends to this alert queue, and that's what all of this code is doing right here. So if we go out and that queue is in the function storage account here, purpose built for these queues. So if we go into our storage browser queues, we'll see that we have our alerts, and we'll see we have different anomalies, including this latest one that I pointed out. We've got some failed login attempts and stuff as well. Um, and then, of course, we also have just playing around, seeing if we could build a UI, and I forget exactly how to run this. I haven't done npm in a while, so it should be npm run dev. Yeah, that sounds legit. And this should just go peek at the messages in the directly in the queue, so it's not doing anything super uh, super special. Let's see here. It's loading the alerts. It failed to parse this message, so probably it needed a little bit of work to show um, the latest anomaly message, but it shows the login anomalies. Again, this was just AI generated, so nothing, didn't spend a ton of time on that, but kind of wanted to show it. That was my hack. Thanks for watching.